What is going on, everybody? It's KB. Before the episode starts, make sure you go check out StreamerSZN's brand new theme music. That's right. We have full-time, brand new theme music thanks to the newest homie and newest member of the music side of Underground Sports Philadelphia homies. That is Mobley. Stay Volk. His new single is out now. It is linked in the description on YouTube, and you'll be hearing it on audio until we can figure out if we can play it on video on StreamerSZN episodes from here on out. That's our new theme music. Stay Volk. Go download it now wherever you get your music, and go check out the music video on YouTube. But now, let's get into the episode of StreamerSZN.
Philadelphia, baby, you're gonna love it. Best sports fans in the world. Actually the worst, but that's what makes them the best.
Cue the music. What is going on, everybody? Welcome into another edition of StreamerSZN, the exclusive streaming platform, TV and movie podcast on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. It's KB coming at you solo. Christian should be back next episode as we are slowly but surely catching up from a loaded summer of traveling, a loaded summer of content, and just falling behind because that's life. You know what I mean? I'm going to break down episode 7 of season 2 of House of the Dragon. How many times can I say of on this episode? Short, sweet, to the point. Next episode will be very loaded. We'll have the finale breakdown of House of the Dragon on there. We'll talk a whole bunch of stuff. But before we get into everything, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, like and subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel. Hit the like button, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you enjoyed House of the Dragon Season 2, Episode 7. And, of course, follow us on the socials at StreamerSZN and on TikTok at StreamerSZN Pod. Subscribe to the pod on Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts in audio form. Leave a 5-star rating and review. It goes a long way for helping this show continue to grow, helps more people find StreamerSZN and Underground Sports Philadelphia. Man, tickle in my throat. And of course, like I said, subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel, leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below, and of course, click that bell icon so you know whenever new episodes go live. And make sure you guys get your StreamerSZN merch at PHI Apparel Company, our exclusive merch providers. They're the best in the game. If you want to stand out in the crowd when you're going to the movie theater, Netflix and chilling, hanging out, watching your favorite shows and movies from home, PHI Apparel Company's got you covered. StreamerSZN shirts and hoodies available. Go get those bad boys. And when you go to checkout, use code Underground for 10% off your order. That's code Underground at phiapparel.co for 10% off your next order. So here we go. Episode 7 of season 2 of House of the Dragon This episode was awesome. Phenomenal ending to it. And this show is just so badass. I'm such a fan. And I know if you guys know me, so I fixed the cushion on this seat because I need to get new chairs in this studio because they are cooked. Just like the dragons in this show are cooking people up. This show is awesome. I've become such a huge fan of this universe, and you're probably like, guys, Kyle, you've never watched Game of Thrones. How can you say? Because this is a prequel, and I'm enjoying this a shit ton. And when I get to watching Game of Thrones eventually, when we get to 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel, then we'll talk about it. But the Red Sewing is the title of this episode, so here we go, into the plot. On Driftmark, Rhaenyra confronts Adam of Hull, who is now Sea Smoke's rider. Adam kneels and pledges his fealty to Rhaenyra, and when asked about his parentage, Adam withholds telling her that Corlys Velaryon is his father to conceal his potential Velaryon bloodline. He follows Rhaenyra to Dragonstone on Sea Smoke. And in King's Landing and the Kingswood, Grand Maester Orwell treats Alicent's superficial arm wound received during the recent riot, and despondent after being removed from the small council, Alicent seeks solace in the Kingswood, taking one Kingsguard, Sir Rickard Thorne, to protect, and this is for protection and assistance. They make camp, and when asked, Allison says she may not return to King's Landing. She spends time riding her horse in the woods and floating in a lake, reflecting on her current status. And in the courtyard, Laris observes as Aemon sentences 2 King's guards to lifetime servitude at the wall, ostensibly for fomenting the riots. Lord Jasper Wilde approaches Laris and says that Seasmoke has a new unknown rider, and considering it is an unverified rumor, Laris suggests they withhold telling Aemond. Against Orwell's advice, Laris pushes him to accelerate Aegon's recovery, despite the physical exertion causing Aegon extreme pain. Then in the Vale, Rhaena escorts Rhaenyra's sons as they depart from the Ire to travel to Pentos, but she secretly leaves the group to track the Wild Dragon. And then at Harrenhal, Oscar Tully, the new Lord Paramount of the Trident, arrives with the River Lords. He proclaims his intentions to honor his late grandfather's oath of loyalty to Rhaenyra as Viserys' heir and offers Daemon his allegiance. The River Lords doubt young Oscar's leadership ability and despise Daemon for allowing the Blackwoods' war atrocities against House Bracken. To appease the other lords, Oscar condemns Sir Willem Blackwood's savagery, though Willem claims he was doing Daemon's bidding, and Oscar dismisses Willem's excuse and declares he must be held accountable. Oscar demands that Daemon prove himself worthy of the River Lord's banner by showing contrition for his earlier actions and dispensing justice. Daemon agrees and executes Willem. Later, Daemon experiences another vision of Viserys, who says he never wanted the crown and that it crushes whoever wears it. He asks if Daemon still wants it. Then at Dragonstone, Rhaenyra returns with Adam and Seasmoke, and ignoring her council's concerns about a low-born dragon rider, she instructs that Adam be trained in dragon riding and tutored in High Valyrian. She's optimistic that other dragon riders can be found. Mysaria says that rather than researching noble houses for Targaryen descendants, to instead search King's Landing for dragon seeds with thicker blood ties. Rhaenyra concurs, but Jacaerys challenges her plan, arguing that bastard dragon riders could threaten Targaryen legitimacy and his own succession. Revealing that he knows Sir Harwin Strong was his biological father, Rhaenyra says the dragon seed riders deserve respect. Corlys privately meets with Adam and, praising him, grants his request to be released as his shipwright to become a dragon rider. Later, Corlys asks Alan with delivering a message to Alinda in King's Landing and procuring boats with reliable captains and crews. Corlys asks if Alan would want to claim a dragon like his brother, but Alan declines, saying he is salt and sea. And back in King's Landing, Alinda receives Mysaria's instructions on where to find Targaryen bastards, and word quickly spreads throughout the city. In a tavern, Ulf, who often boasted he has Targaryen ancestry, we saw him earlier this season, where he said, Rhaenyra is his true queen, and then he automatically flips when Aegon walked through into the bar. He is urged to join other dragon seeds heading to Dragonstone. Ulf is reluctant, claiming a leg injury, but he also harbors doubts regarding his real ancestry. Hugh, grieving his daughter's recent death, tells his wife Kat that his prostitute mother was a Targaryen and that he desires to go to Dragonstone and claim a dragon, saying it will better their lives. A few dozen dragon seeds board boats organized by Alan and set sail for Dragonstone. Then back at Dragonstone, as Rhaenyra greets the dragon seeds, the dragon keepers denounce her decision to entrust small folk with dragons and exit the dragon pit. This was a badass scene. To see them be like, nah, we're not getting down with this shit. It's not, what we're trained to do. This is not how we move and shake. It was a badass scene. Rhaenyra summons Vermithor, the largest living dragon after Vhagar, and a dragon seed named Silver Dennis steps forth to try and claim him, but the dragon immediately rejects him and burns him to death before unleashing a furious attack, killing dozens more. And initially avoiding dragon fire, Hugh confronts Vermithor, stopping him from killing a woman and offering his life. Responding to Hugh's boldness, Vermithor instantly accepts him as his new rider. Meanwhile, Ulf evades Vermithor's attacks and escapes into the caverns, entering a dragon lair and awakening Silverwing, who is docile and accepts him as her new rider without hesitance. And in King's Landing and Blackwater Bay, during a council meeting, Lord Jasper informs Aemond that Prince Daeron Targaryen and his dragon Tessarion are nearly ready to join the war. The meeting is interrupted by a loud commotion outside, Ulf flying on Silverwing above the city. Aemon rushes out to Mount Vagar and pursues them to Dragonstone. He quickly retreats, however, upon seeing Rhaenyra with Syrax, Vermithor, and Silverwing, all adult dragons now claimed by riders. And Rhaenyra and the dragons just staring down that bitch boy Aemon as he flies away. It was like, come do it, bitch. And they didn't do anything because they're too scared. It was badass. An awesome ending to this episode to kind of leave things open-ended for where we could go in this potential finale for this season. It it gave me chills. I was like, let's go, let's ride. I was ready to rock and roll throughout this entire episode. It brought me so much just joy watching it. It was so badass. I just don't even know how to explain how sick this episode was. And I think just the way that this episode was told in such a storied way, it really like ignited the fire for what the finale of this season is going to be. And that's what it is. It's a season finale next week. It's a series finale. You know, there's still so much more that's going to be told in seasons 3 and 4 because this is confirmed to be a 4-season show. So I'm excited that this is like building up, and I fully predict next week's finale to be leaving you wanting more, but that's a good thing because there's more to come. So I'm super excited. And on Rotten Tomatoes, this episode holds an approval rating of 96% based on 23 reviews, with an average rating of 8.2 out of 10. And the site's critical consensus says a new generation of Dragon Riders takes shape in the Red Sowing, it should say. A fast-paced installment that climaxes with a fiery payoff to the season's careful world building. Helen O'Hara of IGN awarded the episode with an amazing score of 9 out of 10, praising it as an episode with momentum, drama, and consequence that sets all the pieces in place for a grand finale. Katie Dahl of CBR and Carly Lane of Collider both scored an 8 out of 10, with the former describing it as a fantastic piece of television. Dahl also highlighted Laris's character development and the characterization of Oscar Tully as the episode's standout elements. Kaylee Dre of the AV Club graded it an A. Proma Khosla from IndieWire gave it a B, commending Jawadi's score, Cernjal's cinematography, and the visual effects. Similarly, Santanu Das of the Hindustan Times echoed Khosla's sentiments, praising the score and cinematography. And the episode also received a 4 out of 5 from Den of Geeks, David Crow, James Hunt of Screen Rant, Haley Whitmire White of TV Fanatic, and Jonathan Wilson of Ready Steady Cut. Let's see if there's anything. Molly Edwards rated a 3.5 out of 5. She said, not quite as explosive as a traditional penultimate episode, but it certainly brings the fire and blood with its brutal dragon action and sets the board for what should be an epic finale. I thoroughly loved this episode. It was awesome. From start to finish, it had you truly enthralled and just like begging you to ask so many questions of what's to come, what the ultimate payoff of this season is going to end up being, and where it's going to lead us down the line. I genuinely have enjoyed this season so much, and it has been a blast to break down and enjoy with you guys. This episode for me, my previous scores 9.2, 9.4, 9.7, 10 out of 10, 9.7, and a 9.4. This episode's getting a 9.8 for me, a 9.8 out of 10. It was awesome. Such a badass episode. One of the best of the season, in my opinion, and I can't wait to break down the finale for you guys on the next episode. Let me know how you felt about this episode in the comment section, in the Apple Podcast reviews. DM us on social media. Apologies for this episode being so delayed, but we will have another episode with Christian and I rocking and rolling very, very soon. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you guys get your merch from our awesome merch partners at PHI Apparel Company. Click the link in the description and use code underground for 10% off, or go to phiapparel.co and do the same thing. Code underground at checkout to get 10% off your order. And of course, follow us on social media at StreamerSZN on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Threads, TikTok at StreamerSZN Pod. Subscribe to the podcast feed, Apple, Spotify, leave a 5-star rating and review. Subscribe to the Underground Sports Philadelphia YouTube channel as well, youtube.com/@Underground Sports Philadelphia. Leave a like on the video, drop a comment down below your thoughts on episode 7 of House of the Dragon season 2. And this has been another edition of StreamerSZN, the exclusive streaming platform TV and movie podcast right here on the Underground Sports Philadelphia Podcast Network. I'm your boy KB. I'm going to go fly off on a dragon and get ready for the season finale of House of the Dragon season 2. I'll see you guys on the next episode. But until then, we're getting the heck up out of here. Peace.